of the difficulty of fighting through that playing from behind for most of the game after you got back to an early start? What was, or I think a good start? What was the mindset even when you're down 7 in the last minute or so?
Yeah, that's our mantra is, physical for 40. And, that's what we, predicate ourselves on. And defensively, we picked up the intensity, caused some turnovers and was able to capitalize on them. And we just kept ourselves in the game the entire game. And, it's March. The craziest things happen during this time. And the fact that we gave ourselves a shot, it was, great to come out on the side with a victory. And we're just going to carry this momentum into tomorrow night.
Justin Jackson.
Kysre, the second quarter, a lot of the third quarter and even stretches in the fourth quarter, the offense just wasn't, clicking like it normally does. But can you talk about, how you guys fight through that and stay in the game and, keep belief alive that, that you can win it in the end?
Yeah, we've been in these moments before. I think the very first time we played Kansas State at our home floor, we were down by 12 with 3 minutes to go. So we're very familiar with playing through adversity, and we were just able to capitalize on, their turnovers and apply ball pressure. And that was one of the things that we needed to place a focus on in our scout, and we did that. But that being said, we'll take it, but we need to do a better job defensively and on the offensive end as well when we go over and watch film and get ready for next game and do better with the mistakes that we made tonight.
Sam Caniglio.
Kysre, sorry, I got an echo. Obviously an unreal comeback in that last minute. What was Coach saying in the huddle when you guys were turning on the trap that really worked?
Yeah, we just don't foul and, apply ball pressure and, having Ez up there and her length, her versatility, she was able to get her hands on the ball. I think we got 2 quick jump balls to get the possession back to us, and we were able to, score on that possession. So that was very important, and I think that changed the game.
Carly Nevis first.
Kysre, I feel like you've been in a bunch of rock fights this year in terms of you guys know how to come back. What gives you that poise that you can, come back from 7 down with 1 minute to play to pull this up?
Yeah, well, like I said before, we were down by 12 when we first initially played them with 3 minutes to go. And we have to understand, defense creates our offense right now. I think that's our best transition and able to score on the offensive end. So understanding that we had to apply a lot of ball pressure and, to be able to capitalize on those turnovers allowed for us to be able to come back. But like I said, that being said, we got some work to do. We got to play a lot better for tomorrow night.
Justin.
Kysre, so, obviously there's 5.5 seconds left and they're inbounding the ball. Once you see Blessing kind of tip it, do you see KK at that point? Kind of take me through, those last few seconds and obviously the emotion at the end.
Yeah, it's funny how it played itself out because in the timeout, right, previously before that, KK had asked Coach, when we get the ball, do you want us to call a timeout? We can advance it. And I'm like, we'll talk about it when we get the ball. And he put Blessing in, Coach Carey, my coach of the year, Nate Smith, coach of the year. And he put Blessing in to be able to make that deflection of her length on the ball. And it kind of just played out for itself. So the fact that KK asked, what coach wanted at the end and she was able to capitalize on it, she deserves that moment. And I'm so happy for it.
Kevin Kinder.
You mentioned the comeback in the previous game. Is that in your mind? When you're down, when you're trailing here in the fourth quarter, you thinking, hey, we've done this before. We know we can do it again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe in our defense. Our versatility, when we're aggressive and, our intensity is up there. I feel like we're one of the top defensive teams in the country. All it is just a mindset. We were able to get up in the passing lanes and deflect passes and as did that as well. Being in deny, one pass away. I was able to tip and apply ball pressure, from the point position. And Jayla was able to capitalize on and got that foul. Every possession was so important.
Justin.
Kysre, you obviously played in a ton of games throughout your career. Have you ever been a part of an ending like this before?
I have, but this one, I'll add this one to the books. This one feels a little special. And to do it with these group of girls and under Coach Carey, I'd say it's probably one of the top 2, if not 2.
Any final questions?